Now it's on.
Please state your names.
Rob Crauderueff.
I'm Milka LaBoy.
James Wells.
Gentlemen, do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today?
I affirm.
I do.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So why don't we start with Rob? You just state your name for the record again and then proceed with your statement.
My name is Rob Crauderueff, and I am program coordinator at Sustainable South Bronx. I speak on behalf of Sustainable South Bronx, and we are also a member of the coalition SWIM. I want to thank you, Councilmember Gennaro, for your leadership in introducing this legislation and for providing us the opportunity to share our comments. And we are eager to lend our support to the implementation of the city's stormwater management plan in a meaningful way. And so we are very supportive of intros 628, 629, 630, and 321. And I will kind of cut to the chase in terms of the fact that certainly we are supportive of what our partners have been speaking about throughout, but there are 2 points that I'd like to emphasize this afternoon. The first is that we need to capture the knowledge of citizens throughout New York City. And land use has been changing significantly in New York. There is much more waterfront access. For example, there's a greenway that is planned to go through Hunts Point, and 2 waterfront parks that just opened up. And those waterfronts are being used, and we're kind of a victim of our own success in the fact that they're being used so much that, as has been mentioned, it's just impossible to keep people away from the water when there's waterfront access. And we need to plan for the protection of everybody and to make the city as strong as possible in making the waterways safe for recreational use in terms of swimming and fishing. And secondly is the economic development component that at Sustainable South Bronx we run a job training program called BEST that you'll hear about from my colleagues, which stands for the Bronx Ecological Stewardship Training Program. Over the last 5 years, over 60 graduates have received formal training in ecological restoration and currently maintain trees, install and maintain green roofs, remediate brownfields, and do much more to help green and maintain green throughout the city. And we feel that this legislation, particularly 630, would be able to capture the knowledge of citizens that have been working for a very long time to figure out how to make economic development be complementary with the greening initiatives of the city. And over the last 5 years, 60 graduates, over 80% are employed or in college. Over 75% of those employed are working in the field of ecological restoration. In short, there's an emerging workforce of green-collar workers eager to be trained and to apply their knowledge to green the city. And it's a very replicable program. Finally, we at Sustainable South Bronx run a green roof installation program, and so we have a lot of knowledge in-house, and as so many other organizations here and throughout the city have, to know how to implement these strategies and to have visions for how to streamline it throughout the city and to have many more occur for the next many years to come. And so we look forward to being able to partner with the city, and again, we both appreciate the efforts of the administration and Plan NYC, and of course, yourself, Councilman Gennaro. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And so these witnesses are going to talk about the program that.
Yeah, they'll briefly share some experiences that they've had.
Yeah, briefly, because while there is this is a legislative hearing on these specific bills, and this is a little afield from that, but I'll give you a little bit of latitude.
And I think the reason that we're seeking what may appear as latitude is that this demonstrates the kind of knowledge that communities have, and why, especially when looking at as part of Introduction 630, there's the Citizens Advisory Committee that we feel is a tremendous asset.
So why don't we listen to them? Limited time because it is a little far afield, but I'm happy and gratified that there is such an effort like this going on, and I think the county, I think the committee could indulge the witnesses a little bit here. So please commence. Just state your name for the record and commence with your testimony.
My name is Milka LaBoy, and I want to thank the council for giving me the opportunity to be here this morning and I am one of the Greenway stewards of Sustainable South Bronx. And I graduated from the BEST program, which stands for Bronx Ecological Stewardship Training. I am also a green roof installer. I was trained by Sustainable South Bronx, and I learned the qualities of trees and plants. I learned how to plant trees, identify trees, and prune trees. My job duties are to care for the tree and reach out to our community. Right now, we have the community getting more involved now that they see that we are doing something positive for the community. For example, we have these two huge, large tanks for when it doesn't rain. We water the trees ourselves. And the tanks hold 40 to 50 gallons of water each, and we have two, which is like 80 to 100 gallons of water. And with that, I thank everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being here today. And I'm grateful that there is such a program and that people are engaged in the maintenance of our environment as their livelihood. That's a good thing, and thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Mr. Wells.
Is this on? Oh,
Yes, you're on.
Hey, how's everybody doing? My name is James Wells, and as the brother said, that I'm a Greenway steward and I also graduated from the BEST training program. What I've been hearing today is that a lot of people have been talking about how like the trees can retain water, the expansion of the tree pits would also assist in retaining water. But one of the things that I've been confronted with having this job is that there's been people to plant trees, but there hasn't been enough people to maintain them. And we've been confronted with abnormal growths of trees, trees growing irregular. A lot of trees are dying. So like, we're gonna need more people to maintain trees. I also install green roofs too. And we could talk about how like green roofs improve air quality and also how they could retain water. And this could also help towards the retention of water and also help our water quality. But me being a black male, there's a lot of, there's 65% black males who are unemployed. And I think that if these bills were passed, this would definitely not only help the stormwater management, but it would reduce the unemployment rate that is among blacks and Latinos here in New York City. It actually has saved me. It has educated and trained me in ecological restoration and protection, which has raised my awareness in how to take care of nature. And it has given me appreciation of nature, but it also has saved me from poverty. And may have saved me from going towards a means that may have from criminal activity. I think that this right here would save a lot of black males and Hispanic males from going towards crime in order to survive. So I think that if these bills were passed, it would not only be good for storm management, but it would also reduce unemployment, but it will reduce crime and also the recidivism rate, and I'm definitely for it. And I thank you.
Well, thank you. I want to thank this panel in a special way for giving a perspective to the bills that we're doing here. It's certainly a perspective that none of the other witnesses have brought forward, and I want to commend you for what you're doing and to commit oneself to the maintenance of the environment, and then to preach that message, and is a wonderful thing. So thank you all for being here today, and we appreciate your support of the bills, and good luck with taking care of the Bronx. Have